Hey there guys, it's Silas and EGX is over. EGX 2015 came to its close today. This was day 4 and as a result our final Ponderous Pint.
Cheers.
In which I miss my mouth.
Don't we all?
I am of course joined by my wonderful guest,
Matt.
or as I call him, Captain Innuendo, and I'll explain why.
Ooh.
And of course I also have someone who really does put the special in special guest.
Hi, Kirsty, camera, woman.
Yeah, she's been secretly behind the camera the entire time. All the videos for of the games we've played will be recorded by her, so blame her. And of course, I thought I'd bring her on for the final Ponderous Pint. Just say thank you to you both for coming. It's been absolutely fantastic having you here.
Woo.
Oh, it's been fantastic
Definitely.
to be with you, mate.
And if you think they're bad now, I've had to put up with them for a week, and it has been a week of nothing but constant innuendo. I have used the sound effect more times than I dare count.
Ooh, my.
Yeah.
Yes, if you want to play this game, just remember, whatever you either respond when someone says something that sounds rude but isn't rude, and you've got to do it in the style of like you're in a carry-on film, just mirror. So yeah, that's been our game the entire week.
And then some.
But speaking of games, like I said, we've been to EGX for the 4th day, and it was amazing. The whole show, the whole 4 days has been quite the experience, and we've got quite the collection of Tornado to go with it. Hooray!
Oh, that one.
One of the two.
It works.
And today we only got through one AAA game, and that was only courtesy of Matt, so I'm going to let Matt talk about it, explain what it was and what you thought.
Absolutely. I went to see, well, I had to pretty much run to get there on time to get it in with the queue. It was Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Now, this is actually a prequel to the original Mirror's Edge, but they have done so much with it. Lots of new features, lots of things to play with. It's been brilliant. So, let's give a very, very brief overview of what I had to play with there. Biggest change. It is now open world. That's right. No loading times, huge big area to play with, lots of fluid movement, you know, all the parkour that you've come to expect, and more. Combat has been revamped and given a new level of fluidity, and there will be more. However, as fun as it is to play, I do suggest you have a look for yourself when you get the opportunity. If, you know, materials are available for you to watch or
I'm
read.
sure there's a gameplay trailer by now.
I should hope so. If not, hold your horses, it'll be soon. And make up your own minds. I am very impressed with what they've done.
The rest of the day we kind of hung out in the indie section. I had a few last minute videos to record, and well, to be honest with you, we stayed in the indie section purely because the rezzed area and the whole indie bit completely dominated this year. The AAAs had so little to offer, and when they did, the queues were too long to actually get in and play them.
Yeah, I mean, the indie section really blew everything away this time. It was, beyond a doubt, amazing, for want of a better word.
Yeah, there was some real originality, creativity, and some really bizarre stuff which we all just ended up loving.
Man or goat? Man or goat?
That's all she cares about.
Yeah.
And her little outburst there brings us on to the reason we're doing this video on the 4th day, when we are absolutely bollocksed. Ow.
Due to him.
This is our game of the show. Now, we played a lot of games this year.
Oh, yes.
A lot of games. And honestly, the AAAs didn't interest me at all. It's the same shit trotted out again. Except there were a few exceptions. Mirror's Edge Catalyst, we haven't seen a new Mirror's Edge in a long time.
Yeah.
Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 I gave a pass because, well, there's only been one game and it's not like the millionth in a long line of successes of the repeating the same formula. But my game of the show comes in the form of a lovely little nostalgia trip. And I did do a video on this, so you will see it very, very soon. It is called Super Mixtape. If you like I Am Bread, you will love this game. The control system is very, very unusual, and it has some wonderful mechanics and fantastic nods to the 1980s. And yes, you do play as a cassette. If you don't know what a cassette is, just
Ask your dad.
yeah. Just,
Don't watch this video.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, you're obviously too young. So, what was your game of the show?
Man or goat?
I think we explained what that was about, but as a little extension to that, I'll jump back over to Silas, because it turns out when he had a quick chat with the developers, something interesting happened.
Yeah, I had a quick chat with the developers, and, well, the interesting thing wasn't that she slapped me, but, it was... We'd been talking about it with, like, literally everyone, because we were so astounded by how wonderful the game was. And it turned out the game actually got mentioned on Radio 1, so they got national publicity. And it only took... they've only been at EGX for 4 days. I don't know where they've exhibited it before, but I don't think it's a coincidence that it got mentioned while it's at EGX.
It was a very, very pleasant surprise.
Yeah, and it just goes to show how great these conventions can be for small developers. Because in situations like this year, you can walk around pretty much anywhere, even with my crutches, and you get around fine. But you try going near the Resd area, you are swallowed by human soup. And...
Oh my.
Meow.
Sorry, he had that coming.
Yeah. Anyway, and it just goes to show how much people's attitudes are changing. It's like, oh, AAA, boring, boring, boring. Where's the quirky shit? Where's the weird stuff? Yeah. Like one-dimensional dungeon crawlers and stuff you'd never imagine. And stuff that publishers would not touch with a 55-foot pole.
Oh,
because it's a risk.
Well, remember what the guy said at Man or Goat? That they went to empty car parks to video or, well, record his voice. He tried to do over 1,000 goat impressions, and they were searching around trying to find
empty car parks so he wouldn't be embarrassed. That was quite funny.
The guys are amazing. They are so funny.
They're so funny, so friendly, and to be fair, a lot of indie devs have been like that. I mean, they're way more friendly than the people at AAA. It's ridiculous.
They are so much more down to earth.
Because they just want to make a game. They don't want to make money.
They want to have fun.
Yeah.
And that's what it should be all about.
Granted, they are still selling the games, but that's secondary.
Well,
the point is, fun first.
That's probably just getting the money back from what they've
invested already. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And finally, Matt, what would you say was your game of the show?
Right, I couldn't actually whittle it down to one, and we had this conversation earlier.
Indecisive. Always.
Yeah, I'm terrible for it. However,
you've seen so much. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I ended up getting around and seeing a lot more than these two did because I was.
He has legs that work.
And I work for a different publication.
Oh,
so
me too, but
I wasn't tied
was
down.
A bitch.
So, I did have a good look around. So, 3 of them. Tales of Avia. Now, that's currently on Kickstarter. It's a JRPG, but with more of a strategy element.
So, it's turn-based, isn't it?
Beautiful artwork.
Beautiful. Oh, indeed. Very, very beautiful. My second one is actually even a shock even to myself, as having only just played it today, and that's Mushroom 11. It brings a whole new idea to the mechanic of movement and fluidity. It's fantastic.
You went into that thinking you wouldn't like it. I remember that, and then you came out raving about it.
Yeah, I looked at it. I got the email from the press mailing list before I arrived at EGX, and I was like, I might have a look at it. I might not. We'll see. Played it today, and brilliant. I can't say more about it because just go look at it yourselves. It's available already, I think.
I'll have a video of it soon.
Yeah. Watch his video. Finally, and these are in no particular order, by the way. Finally, it has to go to not COD.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
Yes. Boo the parody games. That was well good.
Yeah, the developers are called Not Games. Now, granted, these are games, but they're not what you think
Games.
they are. Yeah. It is pure parody. The art style is quirky. The well, story, if you can call it that, is pure mayhem and amusement all the way through. From what was it? Marrows filled with horse spunk to making sure a crippled horse wins a race.
Yeah.
It's stupid fun.
Yeah, and obviously because it's all licensed, they had names like Call of Duty and Modern Horse Fair, and they're all set in England. And the best thing about this developer, every time a game is sold, a portion of it always goes to a charity.
Yeah, money is going to charity constantly, and for the price of 50p, you can get this. And please do. These guys were brilliant. I mean,
It was hilarious.
he was one of them was stood there chatting to us in his dressing gown because
and previously
why not?
he'd been dressed as a woman, and he changed costume every day. It was hilarious.
And this is all out of his living room that they designed these games. So
He even invited us round for a pint and a smoke.
he
Brilliant.
invited us round for a pint and smoke. So hats off to these guys. They are really putting the indie and fun back into gaming. So take a look, see what you think, and let us know. That's my final say on this matter.
Yeah, but once again, thank you guys for joining us on this madness adventure. It's been...
Never again. My feet are swollen, man.
Wait till next year.
Oh.
I'll be there next year.
Yeah.
Whether she wants to come or not is her choice.
Yep. Cameraman and display are expendable. Remember that.
And easily distracted.
Yes, very easily distracted.
Ooh, shiny.
I almost had to fit her with blinkers.
I'm gonna use a box.
Cat in a box.
And on that bombshell, I've been Silas.
I've been Exodus 2169.
I mean,
Or as I call him, Matt Twobeards. Ha! Did it twice.
I've been Kirsty.
And we will all see you next year.
Or sooner. Bye bye.